Hey guys, Man1954 here. That's a weird name for me to say because I've been saying it for 10 years. 10 years! 10 years of Man1954 as of today. Technically my first video was uploaded a little before, but it wasn't like a video. This is the anniversary of my actual channel's birth.
Hey guys, D-Man1954 here.
The way it is, the way it will be. This is where it began, and this year, this is where it ends. Not that I'm retiring, I don't plan to anyways, but this is the final goodbye for this, for where we are. I filmed this intro on the iPhone for the sake of throwing back to the original clip, which was filmed on the iPhone. Although I learned how to mute Godzilla raids again this time. But for the rest of the video, let me turn it over to the A-cam. What's up everybody, D-Man back. Welcome to a brand new video, and today we are celebrating 10 years of D-Man1954. And I bet you thought you had seen the last of this set, didn't ya? Welcome back! One final time. Oh, big changes. Originally, I kind of had an idea to do a video like this where I was going to sit down in this old set, and as the video went on, just more and more different versions of myself were going to walk in the door. One to represent each of the 10 years I was doing this channel, but I'm not going to be able to do that because I'm moving today. I'm recording this intro section a little early because, like I said, I've got to move. This whole place is coming down. And so before it all ends, I wanted to do something you guys have been begging for years, and that is give you guys a room tour and show you guys around, give you a little collection update, not a full collection update video, but you guys have been wanting to see around the old set, you guys have been wanting to see around the new set, you guys have been wanting to see what I've got, and so I thought, what better way to do that than now, while this all comes to an end. Show you guys where basically the birth of the channel happened and where I ran for like 7 years worth of my content before I moved into the new room. And then I'll show you around there, and then I'll do my normal yearly recap thing. And I'll do that on the actual day. Because like I said, I am filming this about 2 weeks early. And I guess in 2 weeks we'll see what the new setup looks like. I don't know. But you will know shortly. Let's get into it. Starting out with this is the old setup. This is what you're used to seeing, just a little more HD. Although I've changed out the background posters and I've tried to make things a little more minimalist since you've last seen this location. Although I guess the last time you saw it was Mononoke, where it was really minimal. This is a little more than that. This is a little more nostalgic, but I'm no longer attached to a computer. I can do this. Oh, so now I can take you around the room, which I've only ever done like one time for a Anime Matsuri vlog, I'm pretty sure. But now let's check out the actual set. Okay, so this is the room as it exists right now, right this second. I've never really recorded any videos in here with this setup before, because this is actually rather new. I actually just kind of put this together not long ago, but this is the setup. This is what it looks like. First of all, welcome behind the scenes. This is what I looked at for years. Although I never had this thing until very recently. So whenever I was editing on this computer, it was just completely on the desk. It was lower to the desk, so it was a little more angled. But I set this up not too long ago. Welcome to the setup. I'll turn the light off so you can see just how dangerous my setup has always been. Kind of a fire hazard here, but I taped a tissue onto the light. That way it would stop overexposing my face whenever I was doing face cam. And it worked pretty well, although, yeah, it is a bit of a fire hazard, so I probably won't be doing that anymore. Otherwise, this is the desk. This is what I looked at for years while working on my videos, was this desk right here. Like I said, the room is in a newer orientation than it's ever really been in before, so it does look a little nicer than it ever really did when I worked in here. But we've got the Godzilla Hollywood Star of Fame thing, along with the footprint thing that roars. Very cool. That came with the Shin Godzilla 4K. This is a Trendmasters Godzilla my dad got me. Just some general Godzilla goodies scattered throughout. There's Pellmankin, famous icon of the channel, along with some goodies behind him as well. Some Godzillas, some other stuff. Over here we've got the current setup with some presents I was given. I think that's McFarlane Kong, another one of those Shin Godzilla things from the Shin Godzilla 4K. Originally up here all over through the top was all Walking Dead. This had some Godzilla to it, but I've switched it out. It's got some Ben 10 now, and on the other side, Ben 10. Down here we've got like a little Ultraman guy, Stay Puft, little Godzilla piggy bank, and that is the desk setup. That's the OG monitor I used to use with all my videos. The desk just has like a pull-out slide so you can see the keyboard and mouse. Here is the original computer I built. This was the original computer I built and edited all my videos on. It doesn't really work anymore. I just kind of have it for the aesthetic and because maybe someday I'll have the money to get it fixed, but at the moment it doesn't really work. As for my Godzilla movie collection, it's not looking great at the moment. I have packed up quite a lot of it, but here we have one copy of every Godzilla movie and King Kong movie, as well as some miscellaneous Toho films like War of the Gargantuas. This is where I've always had them, just sitting under here. This is a newer addition to the room. It's got video games and TV shows on it. This whole shelving unit is brand new. It wasn't always here. It used to actually be this tiny little thing right here. That used to be right there, and that used to be what all of the movie players were sitting on. But here's the setup. It's a real mixed assortment of movies, but you can see I got some like characters on it just to make it look nice. I think it looks cool. There it is. There's my wardrobe with all my clothes in it, and there's Godzilla Rage a Freaking Again, still playing. The posters used to mainly be Godzilla and the Walking Dead, but I've switched them out to be a little more diverse and representative of the stuff I like. Here's a little fun fact. I wrote this when we very first moved in here and when I very first started my channel, and I would hang this on the door to try and get people to obviously not come in while I was recording. It never really worked all that well. Same with this guy, although this guy did work. This do not turn off. This thing did work. People did never turn it off. If you turn that thing off, it would have turned the computer off as well, unfortunately. There we've got a calendar, some other stuff, posters, and some autographs up here. We've got Alan Maxon, Jason Lyles, Richard Dorton. Here's a Walking Dead issue 1 signed by a bunch of different people from the show. Kind of going for a more minimalist aesthetic these days. Here's some posters on the wall. More autographs up here, going into these posters over here. This is one of those cool ones that when you move it changes, so it's Ben 10. Got some Walking Dead up there still, and then Kong Skull Island, again going for minimalism. That's a coin collection that I never finished. Here's the like more bedroomy side of the bedroom with those Godzilla blankets that were pretty iconic, some Godzilla stuffed animal things like a pillow and some Mothra stuffies. Here's the bookshelf that I used to always display. We've got the Criterion collection and the Gamera collection. There's some chibi Godzillas back there behind Tony Stark's heart, some pictures of me and my brothers. We've got Walking Dead comic section, Godzilla comic section. If you move these things, they're up for display, but there's all the Godzilla comics. Here's some like miscellaneous Kaiju comics, Pacific Rim comics, King Kong comics, and then the 2014 novelization. Just a little shelf guy right here. And then here's the snake tank that everybody's always asking about. Everybody was always curious about this guy. It is a rosy boa. He's actually probably getting close to like 15 years old. I'm honestly not too sure. This little guy's tank could use some cleaning. He's probably very excited about the fact that when I move, I'm gonna clean his tank. But there's his current setup. It's a bit of a different setup than I've ever really had it before. This is, of course, the iconic closet that sat in the background of all of my videos that has so much class and character. A lot of the stuff is moved out as I have started the move out process, but I've got some posters, some classic little Easter eggs, the tons of videos or podcasts that I've done over the years, some drawings that my little brother made. And then a lot of people have asked how I organize the closet or if it has any organization, because it really doesn't look like it does, but it does. It just makes sense only to me. Dress shirts, nice jackets, hoodies. The hoodies go from normal to Godzilla, and then the Godzilla ones are all black, then colored Godzilla ones. Then shirts, it goes a clump of normal ones, absolutely normal, touristy places, bands, and then movies. This whole section is only Godzilla. It's organized very strange. It actually goes in release date order based on the color. Basically goes all the way back until you hit the King Kong section, which is pretty much only black shirts, and those are also organized in release date order, except those go in reverse order, starting with Godzilla Kong the New Empire and then moving back. Not the most well thought out organizational system, especially with like the color and release date thing gets really complicated, but it made sense to me and it always made picking outfits easy. And actually right here, this space has been opened for the very first time since I moved into this house, as I've started to clean out, as I still had moving boxes that I had never unpacked the entire 10 years I've lived here. This is a fun little part of the setup. I always had like a backpack or something sitting right here against this wall, and you can see it in the background of all my videos, but if you look at whatever it is, you can basically tell what class I was in or what semester I was in based on what textbook is sitting against the wall, or like what the state of my backpack is in. You can tell if it was a school day or not. Anyways, I guess that about about does it for this room. It's been a good run and I've had a lot of fun in here. Lots of good memories, but it is time to say goodbye. So for one final time, thank you all for joining me in the iconic setup where I've spent so many years worth of my channel. I loved all the time we had here together, and it was some of the most fun memories I ever had. I really miss those early days, those Shin Godzilla live stream days, eating ice cream, talking with you guys, chilling with the boys, Godzilla 154, all the OGs, David Brown, Oscar Hernandez, everybody. And they were a lot of great memories, and I loved it all. Thank you so much, room. Thanks for all the good memories. On to the next one.
Welcome back to the office for one final time. Is this the first shirt change I've done mid-anniversary video rather than just at the intro? Probably, and it will change back. Probably. Well, you guys have been asking for like years now to see a collection tour, and while this isn't a formal version of that, I figured while I'm saying goodbye to this office, I might as well take you guys around and show you where the collection's at as of right now. A lot of it's packed up, not a lot of it, some of it's packed up, and some of it never really got unboxed. As you'll see, this place was already in need of a revamp. It got a little messy. So let's just take it in as it is, and then we'll see where it winds up in the future. This is what I see when I record videos. This, right here. Just like that. That's how it works.
That's you. And this is me. Here's the setup. This is the YouTuber setup. Epic YouTuber setup moment. Epic reveal. Horrible wire management. Look at all that dust. And this is the kind of mess that I have on my desk. I don't know why. But here's the setup. There's the big light that everybody sometimes notices. There's too much light coming through the frame. It's because of this thing. But there you go. That's what the YouTuber setup looks like. And this is what I see when I sit. And if I look to the side, we've got King Kong wall, Kong shelf, Epic Kong shrine. There's the back that you guys can sort of see in the videos. And then we look to my other side and we've got my Godzilla stuffs. That's what we got on this side. We start out with this simple wall. Like I said in my videos, I kind of wanted to keep things simple. So we actually got some art from Kaiju Sketches up here. I wanted the more classy stuff in this room. So we've got some posters on this wall. We've got a second little desk set up with all of my records, my record player. This desk was mostly just for storage. As you can see, it's kind of got a camera on it and that's about it. There's a little Godzilla light up. And we've got some posters, some behind the scenes photos, some artwork. And a lot of these are autographed. This one's autographed. These guys are autographed. Up top here, we've got the King Kong versus Godzilla and then Godzilla versus Kong. And then we get into this wall, which is like Monsterverse-y. We got all the Monsterverse autographs on this back wall. It's kind of the way I had it set up. Godzilla clock up here. This shelf was just for like general Godzilla figures. So we've got like a ton of the Bandai stuff on here. As you can see, we get into like Bandai Godzilla stuff. Even down here, just a bunch of Bandais and like Playmates and some other brands and stuff. Just general Godzilla figures. And then all the minifigures are clustered down here at the bottom. Tons and tons and tons of minifigures. Like I said, we're not here to catalog every Godzilla figure I own. That's not just the point of this video, but I'll at least show it all. Let you guys take in what's been in the background this whole time. I don't really know what this shelf is. I never really found out. It's just miscellaneous. It's just whatever. Top shelf has always been like kind of the more specialty ones, the ones that I've always had like special connections to, so that's what the top shelf is mostly used for. This one's a little more Americanized. It's Monsterverse except for just this guy. He's the only one. But yeah, it's all Monsterverse. This is a special gift from director of Godzilla King of the Monsters, Michael Dougherty. Special gift that he had given to me, as is this right here. He gave me that as well. We also have a little Alan Maxon bracelet here. This second shelf is weird. We've got some Monsterverse up here up top. Got Godzilla in the Coliseum. He took it over, made it his own. So here's like some NECA Godzilla stuff. That's what this shelf was mostly used for, is all the NECA figures. Some more NECAs, more classic Toho with actually laser discs behind it. Below, we had a bunch of excess DVDs and VHSs. These are only Godzilla movies that I have duplicates of, so that's what's going on here. There's some Funkos just to decorate the shelf, make it look nice. Centered was originally supposed to be the higher ticket items and the Monster Arts figures. Top shelf is our dedicated Shin Godzilla shrine, so that's what we got going on there. Going beneath it, there's a Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. Here's just like a random battle set I made, and then I had to throw in the NECA Shin Godzilla because I ran out of space for him on the Shin Godzilla shelf. And the bottom shelf, I don't really know what's happening here either. We've got Shin Ultraman, Ultraman Rising, and Gamera teaming up against Godzilla Phileas, I suppose. This shelf was the main attraction for videos. It's the Monster Arts on top, and the rest of it is all Monsterverse. This is the Monsterverse shelf. There's Godzilla, Kong, the New Empire. That's mostly what that's for. Some Godzilla vs. Kong on that as well. This is the Godzilla vs. Kong shelf with the war going on between the Kong army,
the Godzilla army, and then the Mechagodzilla's trapped in the middle. There's also some like war bats back here, and then a painting back here that was done for my birthday. We've got the bigger figures. This is actually whenever I film B-roll of all the figures for the figure reviews, I take these off and film it in that shelf. And then just a miscellaneous MonsterVerse Godzilla shelf with some King of the Monsters and minifigures and just whatever else I needed. Over here we've got more autographs, some very just nice fancy artwork. My Shinji Nishikawa Godzilla -1, his first ever -1. More autographs and artwork, and then my Akira Takarada signed jacket. The OG Astro Monster jacket that was so iconic for the channel. There's pictures of him actually signing it, and then there's the jacket itself all signed up. Pretty epic. We've got a signature up here, and then a signature right here. Then there's a piano, some sheet music on this, that's also signed. There's the piano with the stuffies. The Kaylee Hoddle autograph transitioned us into the Kong corner of the room, so we've got King Kong versus Godzilla to cap off the other side. Here's obviously some Kong art. There's from Dalton, some pretty epic Dalton art that he got me. And here's the classic Kong shelf with a whole bunch of King Kong 2005 stuff on it primarily, and then just some standard King Kong stuff on this shelf. There's the NECAs and General Kongs. This shelf is more of the MonsterVerse Kong shelf. That's signed from Kaylee Hoddle. Primarily New Empire setup with some spillover from Kong Skull Island. All the Funkos for New Empire. And then just this miscellaneous shelf of whoever else I needed to put somewhere. And there's a bunch of guys in the back too that you can see there. So to everybody who's been asking for a collection update and an office tour and all that good stuff, here you go. Here it is. This is the collection as of now. This is the office. The only other thing is through this door. This is a total mess. Here's a wall of all of the figure boxes that I've needed to do stuff with. I just kind of like to keep them. I just thought they looked really neat. So it's like all the figure boxes that I've ever had tucked up there. Here's a real miscellaneous shelf with a whole bunch of movies on it and whatever else. And then you go down to the bottom where there's just a bunch of dead Walking Dead figures. There's just like a gear shelf for film gear and stuff. Funny stuff on top. This was a wildly unorganized shelf with a whole bunch of books and comic books, all sorts of stuff on it. And then here's all the stuff that I have to unbox. Oh god. There's all the figure reviews and unboxings that I have left to do. And so that is the office and the setup as of now. Thanks for joining me as we checked it all out and toured the space. I hope you guys liked it. I know you guys have been asking for a long time, so I hope that at least satisfies a little bit of your guys' requests. And I shall see you for the next adventure in the next location. See you guys there. D-Man out. Oh my gosh, how weird is this? Look at how echoey it is. Hello. Guess it's a good thing I filled it out with all that stuff all those years so that it didn't sound like this. Yeah, it's all gone. Goodbye, the iconic room. But just wanted to walk around one final time with you guys. Take it all in. This was where it all was, man. This was everything. And say goodbye to the very iconic closet wall setup over here. No more snake over here either. All right, bye-bye, old room. Bum 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 ba da da dum ba dum ba da da dum ba da dum ba 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 ba. That's from King Kong. Welcome to the new setup. And before I continue, please do me a favor, my friends. Go get boosted. The 2 times I haven't gotten boosted, I've gotten COVID, which I have right now. That's why I might sound a little strained, because I am. Yikes. It's not fun, and it does suck. Well, thank you guys for tuning in 10 years later. This is the 10th anniversary of my channel today, right now. Don't get used to the new background just yet. It's still being set up. I'm still finding the places for all of the things. It's got a lot of changing and evolving to do. So don't get used to it. And also don't get used to it because while I go through that process, I'm going to be uploading a ton, just a ton of videos I pre-recorded before I moved into this setup. I knew that this was coming and I knew it would take me a while to find a setup I liked. And so I recorded a ton of videos, which actually a bunch of them are figure reviews. And a lot of those figures appeared during the tour section of the office that you just went through. So keep an eye out for all those ones and you can get a sneak peek of what content's about to show up. Other than that, it is time for our yearly recap. Thank you guys so much for making this such an incredible year on the channel. It has been so awesome. This has been one of my favorite, if not my favorite years on the channel overall. Gotten to do so many awesome things, the least of which was go to Japan for the first time ever. And after seeing some feedback you guys have said on some of my videos, I probably will share a lot of my adventures in Japan, even though initially people didn't seem to want to know what I was up to or to see my videos in Japan. Yeah, maybe I'll put those out now. Other than that, this was my first year as a full-time YouTuber, and it was a lot of fun. It was also intensely stressful. YouTube is one of the most stressful jobs you could possibly do just because of the time crunch of it. You're just battling against an algorithm that you're never going to win against. It is a very different type of thing, but I had a great time, and I want to thank you guys all for making it such a successful year. I uploaded 262 videos between years. That is an incredible feat. For comparison, last year I uploaded 139 videos. The year before that, I only uploaded 42. So 262 is already crazy, but it gets crazier. I uploaded 110 shorts as I started uploading YouTube shorts this year for the first time. And I feel like I kind of fell into a rhythm with those. I really enjoy the ones that I record, but also now I've gotten into a really efficient place, cutting down larger videos into shorter shorts. Also, I had 8 live streams this year, which means if you add all of that up, it's insane. That means on this channel this year, I have uploaded 380 times in 1 year. 365 days in 380 uploads. So I know I've kind of been gone for the past couple weeks, and it's because I was moving and there was a lot going on, including me getting COVID, which sucks, and I wish I could have uploaded more during this transitional period. But on average, there was 1.04 uploads every single day this year for an entire year. And that's with me missing weeks lately. And if you just strip down just to videos, I uploaded 5 videos a week on average. That is insane. I've never had that kind of consistency before, so I know it's been slow lately, and I know there were some hiccups in May, and I know there's some hiccups now, but hey, that is an incredible feat, and I'm really proud of myself for pulling that off. That's crazy. This year I had 7.9 million views. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. We had 401.6 thousand hours of watch time. I cannot believe that. We also had 11.4 thousand subscribers. For comparison, last year we only got 3.5 million views, 207 hours of watch time, and 8,000 subscribers. So we're kicking ass this year. And as of the time of me recording this, that brings us up to a grand total of 98,006 subscribers. If you're watching and you've made it this far, please consider subscribing. Try and help us hit 100,000 before next year. That would be awesome. I believe in us. I think we could probably pull that off. That'll be cool. I really hope we can. We also had my personal best day of all time on all of the years I've ever uploaded on YouTube, and that was October 21st when I uploaded my All Scenes in Order Part 2 for Godzilla -1. That, for some reason, was just blasted through the algorithm. I've never had as many views in one day before. And on that day, we had 323,000 views in one day. This was also the second best year in the entire 10-year history of the channel. Very, very rare for channels as old as mine to have years this good this late in. This was our second best year ever compared to the 2018 to 2019 calendar year, which I don't think will ever be. This year, whereas I had 7.9 million views, that year I had 8.3 million views, but all the other stats that year were like way higher. And that's just because of King of the Monsters and just the nature of my channel and the community back then. It's just a very different landscape now. This was also the first year to ever have all of my top 10 videos released in the same year that they were posted. So all the videos in my top 10 for the best of the entire year, those are all from this year. That's never, ever, ever happened before. Even in 2018 to 2019, my most popular videos came from 2016 and 2017. 5 of the videos I posted this year actually breached the top 10 uploads on this channel ever, all time. That's crazy. Currently 3 of them are offline due to me using frickin' Divine from Godzilla -1 in them, and they all got copyright claimed because of it, so they all got banished, but that's still crazy. My top series was obviously the All Scenes in Order for -1, which those are always a blast to make, and I really appreciate all the support on those, but the one that I'm really proud of is that my second best series of the year is my video essays, which I really appreciate all the support I've gotten. Some of those hit way harder than others. It seems to be the people like my Monsterverse ones the most, which makes sense, even though those are the ones that I like to make the least, but I do still love making those, especially the Rodan Awakening video, which is now my 6th biggest upload of all time ever, period. That video is one of my top performers for the year and of all time, and that one I'm incredibly proud of. I had a great time making it, even though it was so rushed. It was such a last-second thing because the original recording got corrupted, so the whole thing had to be redone on such a tight time frame. But I really, really, really appreciate all the support I got on that video, as well as my Did Godzilla -1 Kill Godzilla Kong the New Empire sort of discussion-y video essay that I did, which I really appreciate all the support I got on that one as well. Either way, it was a lot of fun to make those video essays, and that's what I want to do more of. I have no idea what my upload schedule will look like going into this next year of the channel. I really don't know. I don't know what types of content I'll be making, but I'm excited to find out, and I'm excited to do it all with you guys and to go on the journey with all of you. I have officially started working within the film industry now, and so that is another reason why I haven't been posting as much, because now I work in the actual film industry. So it does take up a little bit of my time, even though I wish it took up more than it does take up a little bit of my time. And so it's gonna be interesting to see how we navigate things moving forward. But man, I'm so excited, and I cannot wait to join you guys all on this next adventure. Thank you for all of the support. I really appreciate it, and I cannot wait to see what this next year holds. And thank you for 10 years of this. All of the greatest things I've gotten to do have been because of you guys. It's all been within the past 10 years. Thank you so much. I'm gonna turn it over to myself from the past before I had COVID. You guys should warn that guy he's gonna get COVID because it sucks. I'm gonna turn it over to him to finish this video.
You know what? I'm gonna outro just this part of the video in this room just for old time's sake. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you all next time for the next one. Thank you for joining me for 10 years. D-Man, out.